he's simp or he's too soft for them. Because I'm gonna let you know now, hey, coming from Georgia, I was raised by a single black woman, and I know how to love a woman, but I'm trying to figure out why a woman don't know how to love me.
Woo wee.
Stop.
Go ahead.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh. Guess what? We need a cash app or donation if you want your boy to go black pill. How many times do I tell people support other people's channels? This is the cardinal sin that I do not do. I will tell you to support somebody else's channel, but when people come to my channel, with the exception of ABM, Electrician, and a few others, y'all can't even support your boy. But at least you can do is support the content creator right now, Art New Style. Hit him with a cash app, hit him with another super chat, please. Thank you once again, Anubis, for the 200. I need some woos and I need some cash apps before I go in on this shit.
When
You
I
got
saw
to
this, I said, damn.
prepare for my motherfucking arrival. We need another cash app and we need some woos. We about to go black pill in. See, the comments made are not those of Art New Style, but of Charles L. Faulkner Jr. Be mad at me, like you can't do shit about it. Woo!
And before you go on, did you know that you can control people's volume now?
Mm-hmm. You always could.
No, this is new.
Mm.
See, watch this. I'm gonna turn myself down. Look at this. Don't I sound lower now?
Oh, way lower.
Now watch this. Don't I sound louder?
Oh yeah.
See, instead of just muting people, if they're too loud, you can just cut them down a little bit now.
Oh yeah, just come down. Like, hey,
That's
stop.
nice. I like that.
Technology is a motherfucker.
So for those who got what is it? StreamYards, it's under the people tab. It's called People. And so right now everything is on auto, but I can always, like, people like do all that mic gain and be all super loud. You can lower them just like who was that? The Hangout days.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do it, y'all. But continue, Charles.
What they say with Super Nintendo back in the day, we're talking about power, more power.
Yeah.
I'm gonna answer this, brother, and I wish I was allowed on stages like this. Actually, I would, because I bring controversy. So with controversy brings money. So they invite me heavily. I make probably more money being just controversial.
Mm-hmm.
Black women can't love you because they got to learn to love themselves first.
But think about it. He said his single mother taught him how to love women.
I'm going to ask you this question. Could you ever build Voltron with one lion?
No.
Could you ever build Devastator with one fucking Decepticon?
No.
Could you ever get your legs stronger without getting the rest of your body stronger?
No.
How the fuck can you see love? How the fuck can you love a black woman if she never experienced love in her life?
It's deep.
Huh?
It's deep.
What do I always tell you? If you and your enemy pray to the same God,
only one
of your prayers get answered.
Yep.
Her prayer never got answered.
But she's teaching him the ropes.
She's teaching you the ropes, because I don't even think they teach you. Because there's many women teach their daughters how to manipulate men, but they won't even have the courtesy to teach their sons how to fucking stay away from the manipulations of women.
And shout out to LAPD SWAT. Appreciate you, fam. Let's hit him up. Let's see. Damn, where are they? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and he says, salute. Go watch the UK Survivor Men versus Women series. Case closed / they can't build civilizations.
They're not supposed to. The biggest problem with men is this. We look at love in a different way than women do. Women look at love as a business. We look at it as an emotion.
Yeah, transactional versus emotions.
And see, this is the reason why my dating in the last few years, I tell women these two things. Show me your flaws and show me your respect. Show me your flaws and show me your at least give me an option to say my father's deepest quote to me. You don't just marry the woman you love, you marry the woman whose shit you could deal with the most.
That's heavy.
That's a fat baby.
Yeah, so let's see what else is.
You can't expect, I'm gonna say this real quick before you finish. You can't get something deposited. Excuse me, you can't withdraw for something that's never been deposited. Did your mother even have you out of love or out of necessity? Now go.
Okay. So here we go, y'all. Please hit the like button, share, and subscribe, you guys. All right, we got Red Pill Sleeper back. Let me find it. Okay, where is it? Here it is. And go.
I express myself. I cry when I'm sad. I cry when I'm mad. But yet, why when I do that, I'm soft or you got sugar in your tank or you this or you that. Like, that's my thing, especially being a black man where.
All right. There's so many pieces here.
Oh, man.
Okay. He showed his emotion.
$10 holla. I'm just a guest on this show, but thank you for the $10 holla.
Oh, somebody else gave me something? Okay, because I'm looking at this.
She gave me a cash app because I'm simulcasting to give you more people up here, but thank you.
Okay, appreciate you.
And I'm humble. I'm always humble. If you give $1 from your hard-working dollar, I'm humble. But go ahead.
The humble Aries. Thank you, sir. But okay. But he's okay. My thing is this. Okay, he said I cry, I show my emotions, but yet I'm soft and blah blah. At what point was he called soft, and who called him soft for crying and showing his emotions? Women, right?
Women.
But at the same time,
they wanted this.
But at the same time, women try to encourage men to what? Cry, be vulnerable. So this dude is acting like
a woman.
He doesn't know how to peep out the setup. Okay.
I'm not gonna allow your black ass to get away with that statement. Go in.
Yeah, because okay, it's okay to be weak and vulnerable. Because when you talk, because at some point, when a man have to really absorb his authority or some kind of like leadership, and she doesn't like it, what is her go-to? That's why you were crying like a little bitch when your mom passed away. That's why you were crying because you lost your job. That's a weapon.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you a perfect example, Art. Shorty I was talking to, sort of kind of still am, but not really. I'm gonna not lie. I kind of want to hit it a few more times before I finally quit. Fuck it, I'm a nigga. But you know what I told her when she tried to say fugazi shit to me? You gotta make up shit to try to insult me. If I want to insult you, all I gotta do is tell the truth. See, this is the reason why men need leadership classes, meaning i.e. be around other men. Be around your father. He's the only men he's been around at most was his peers.
Or women with mustaches. Go ahead.
This is the reason why I tell every man, stoicism is your weapon. I'm a patient woman. I'm very intentional. But I warn women, don't test me. Because what comes out of this fiery Aries mouth, the Cancer moon will go away, and that Aries sun, the god of war, will come out to play. And he will say whatever the fuck he feels like and dare you to do something. So every time a woman says, I'm going to get this person, I said, the first motherfucker come up to me, you're going to bury him, and I'm coming after you. Don't do that. I'm not that type of motherfucker you want to try. Number 2. How can I say this? Your woman is not your best friend. What's that song on TikTok? That's not your nigga, that's not your nigga, that's not your nigga, that's not your nigga, that's not your nigga. I want to make a song, if I can rap, that's not your bitch, that's not your bitch. Guess what? You only find her when you got an itch. Anytime you make her mad, she's got a bitch. Don't ever tell your secrets because it's going to twitch. No matter what problem she got, you're never going to fix. Number 1.
You got to keep the flow.
Got to keep the flow. But see, this is the sad part. Your wife, your girlfriend, your woman, you can never truly tell your deepest, darkest secrets to, because guess what you just did? In the black community.
You gave him a weapon.
You gave her the fucking sword of power, and she's not afraid to call down the powers of Grayskull.
Yep. Let me play some more.
Women live in the world of the spiritual and the emotional. When you show emotion, she got you, baby.
Okay, here we go.
We can't express that in a world that hates us already.
I love you, bro.
Kills us already. So my thing is this.
I love you, bro.
No, for real.
No bullshit. I'm a poet, and I made a career off of being emotionally available to not only myself, but to the world. So to see you here in a quasi vulnerable state, especially in front of a majority woman audience, I appreciate that, and I honor that.
No, for real. Hey, I'm
the second.
Try my best to cry right now.
No,
so,
for sure. No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Like, that's just to me.
Now, two parts, bro. The first part is there's the women we find desirable from a physical perspective, and the women we pursue because we're conditioned to desire a certain type of woman physically, and then we let that be the catalyst for our pursuit. And then we get to know these women, and we realize that those women are emotionally capable of handling or dealing with, or they don't find us desirable. And then we have to process that perceived loss because we got the girl we thought we wanted, but it's not the woman we needed.
Ooh, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So
I do.
I mean, so we want you to maintain this space, because a lot of times what happens, if you keep hitting this brick wall of trying to show up as yourself, but also trying to get somebody, the person that you like, or you believe you like, or you were conditioned to think you like, to give you that reciprocity, we get discouraged. Then it's like, man, I start to hate women. I start to hate this version of myself. But I'm here to tell you that who you are is special. And because it's special, because it's unique, unfortunately, that's just going to make your job harder in finding a match. Now, don't lose what you feel like desirable is, because
I can't take this. Okay.
I'm paused.
Did I say something?
All right.
Go to Giagami. Go to Giagami's quote real quick.
Okay, because I'm not even looking at the chat. Okay, let's see here. I'm over controlling the video. Where is it? Okay, here we go. So Giagami says, as a wise father tells his son, never forget that in your household, only your children are your blood. Your wife is not.
In the black community, you got to realize something. And this is what I tell my son. This is what I tell my godsons. This is what I tell my nephew. Only the niggas that in fights and foxholes can your feelings and emotions. You know why? Because they'll never look down upon you. They're the first people to hug you. They're the people who probably went through that fight with you. Your wife, That bitch you seen at the altar is not the bitch you see in the courthouse.
Hey, Charles, can I add on to that?
Please do, Marine. Hoorah.
Well, one, that question he should never ask that question in front of women in the first place.
Right.
Two,
No.
From that-
DI said no. Sir, yes, sir. Repeat that question for the Marines in the back.
that question should have never been asked in front of women in the first place.
And that's where he lost.
And two,
All the respect.
with him asking that question, you could tell he didn't have a father in his life.
Thank you. Say it again.
And
And
I
where
want to
did-
add something what you just said about people in the foxhole. That's why, like with that, look, I'm a very emotional person, but I lay down my sword amongst my brothers, and like with fellow comrades, where do we go? We go to like the VFW, the Marine Corps League, the
Black
vet-
Manosphere. Who said that?
What?
The Black Manosphere. We go here.
Yeah. Where we lay our swords down. So, I don't think he had a father, and two, he already, and because he didn't have a father, if he had a father, he would never answer that question in the first place.
But listen how they answered him though. Listen how they what they said to him. That's that dude right there. What you think of what he said to him?
Oh, the poet.
Yes.
He's saying that because look who's he sitting next to.
Right. That's why I put the panda bear up. He wasn't
Yeah.
speaking to him. He was speaking to the women. He wasn't speaking to the brother on the stage. He was speaking to the women.
Yeah.
So he was pandering. But yeah, see stuff like that. I'm sorry, I know ladies listening, but when you hear guys say that to another guy in that situation, that's being very irresponsible.
Yeah. Hey, Art.
Because, uh-huh.
Sorry to interrupt. Do you know how many times my friends would call me just to vent, and they needed someone to vent to, and for the most part, I just be quiet, I'd be like this, because they had to get it off their chest.
Yeah. And when you hear more of it, it just sounds, when you hear it, I'm gonna play it some more. But when you hear what they say, it sounds like they're not helping him to grow, they're helping him to stay where he is. Watch.
Love is what your eyes see and what your heart feels. Don't forget about the eyes. But the worst thing for you to do is to put all of this stuff in the closet. You have to have the strength to keep showing up as this man every time. And then for every new woman, don't give her a drop less than you gave the
Can you
last
rewind
7.
that a little bit? Right there.
So
Like,
the
you
real
rewind that
work to
like
be
10
done,
seconds.
put all of this stuff in the desirable is
Wait,
because
go back.
love is what your eyes see. And because
And
it's
pause on the
special,
brother.
because it's
That's
unique,
the question. Look at him. Go ahead. Keep on going a little bit.
unfortunately, that's just going to make
Go ahead. Go.
your job harder in finding a match. Now, don't lose what you feel like desirable is, because love is what your eyes see and what your heart feels. Don't forget about the eyes. But
Right there.
the worst thing for you,
Right there. Look at that brother's face. He, like, honestly, he's desperately searching for answers. Look
Right.
at his expression on his face. And those
Yeah.
balls, they pushing that brother out of the plane without a fucking parachute.
He gonna turn into Tupac after next month. He gonna say F them bees. He gonna be pissed because they're not helping him to land responsibly. Yeah. See, stuff like I can see, I mean, I've seen it for years. This guy, the way they talking to him, they gonna say, I mean, he gonna think back and say, F all them dudes on stage. They gave me the wrong stuff. Because what it sounds like is that they're encouraging him not to form a suit of armor for his manhood. They're keeping him soft. Go ahead, do you and all that BS. It's like, no, man, you got to protect yourself. You got to protect. you know, my son or any of these young dudes that cry, even though I say, hey, you good around me, but next time you make people earn them tears because you don't give them away for free. You know,
Yo,
because that's what I tell them.
Hey, Art, put that on a t-shirt. No, put that on a hey, Art, do a silhouette with a father and a son talking to a son with that quote right there. That's deep.
Yeah, you give them away for free. I mean, put it this way: crying is cleansing. It's water. It's cleansing. But you got to be around the right people for the cleansing process. You can't be around people that'll potentially throw your cleansing against you. Okay? So I never cried in front of my wife. Right? It's like, no. I don't care how much you love them and all that kind of stuff. Like Dr. Khalid Muhammad said to me one time, anybody can turn agent overnight. Your woman could turn agent overnight. He said that. Okay? So, yeah, them tears and all that kind of stuff. What they say, ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. They don't care. You know what I mean? Now, most of the time, when you crying around the fellas, they'll let you let it out and they'll try to figure out how they can help you rebuild. A lot of the women that don't really have your best interest at heart, most of the time,
with her girlfriends.
Yeah, he cried on me.
Do you know what happened?
He felt like my son, even though he's my age. All this kind of stuff. They brag about this stuff. I broke him down, honey. He cries around me now. I'm like, no, man, don't give that stuff away. If I'm gonna cry, it's because I got a bullet in my arm.
Kidney stones
or something. My gout hurt. Like on Everybody Hates Chris. Something. You're gonna earn these tears. I'm not gonna just break down and cry out of nowhere. Come on now. But here we go.
To do is to put all of this stuff in the closet. You have to have the strength to keep showing up as this man every time. And then for every new woman, don't give her a drop less than you gave the last 7. So the real work to be done is to put 2 feet in the ground, black man, for this man that you had to fight through Georgia your whole life to become. Speak up for him. And in the face of every woman that does not accept that, God's rejection is still a blessing.
That's probably the only thing that I agree with that he said. I don't know if anybody can share the same story as I did, as I will. A lot of us probably got rejected in high school and so on. Fine as hell in high school. 20 years later, have you seen them same people on Facebook?
Oh yeah.
You're like, thank you for turning me down.
Yo, hey Art. Hey Art. I see them all the time in my store.
Oh,
hey, you know
Lord,
what I say? Hey, you know what I say? God has seriously protected me.
Or just like you guys here, we'll tell them the same thing. Thank you for your service. For not taking me, that's some service right there. Thank you. Why are you thanking me? Don't worry about it. Thank you. You figure it out. Thank you, ma'am.
See. I need some woos real quick because can a brother go in?
Woo, man, woo. And
Woo.
Shout out to
LAPD SWAT.
Oh, let's go with that first. LAPD SWAT. Let's see. I sound like about cocaine, Here we go.
Let's have some action. Let's have some asses wiggling. I want some perfection.
He said I got early pre-Christmas sale on Van Jones Crying Dog. He said $7.99 with shipping and handling, water not included.
Oh my God. I'll tell you one thing about my day one A1s. Y'all ain't shit. Be shit. You ain't gonna be shit. I love you, motherfucker.
And shout out to Snowman. Snowman, I'm gonna give you some advice. You were doing it earlier, but you got to start going back. You got to hit up a lot of channels and panels, dude. You gotta start, instead of just staying in like a few. You got to hit up, for you to like need the help and stuff like this. You got to spread that message more than just 3 channels.
Yeah,
and I believe you will get all the help you need.
You're gonna you got to go to as many channels, put up a GoFundMe. You got to do charity events on your channel, because I'm gonna tell you 2 things you're gonna get. And you're a sports guy. You got Ravens fans, you got Steelers fans, you got the game of the week. Thursday night should be yours. The last game, which is the Sunday night game, is yours. Monday night games are definitely yours. But I'm gonna say this. When it comes to vulnerability, I've always said this to women, and only one woman got it. Who saved Superman?
Who saved him?
Who saves him? Not too many people save Superman, do they?
No.
Even Batman had to acknowledge, we got to get our big gun.
Uh-oh. Somebody said this N-word didn't ask for a computer when I sent him one last week. Is he for real?
No, he's joking.
So he got it Friday.
But this is the part that I tell people all the time when it comes to vulnerability. If you want to see, and this is from experience, because a lot of you brothers out there don't realize 90% of your content creators in this space are very experienced men, especially when it comes to women. Some of us, the majority of us are fathers. Some of us, hell, even the majority of us were even engaged or married or live with a woman for a significant amount of time. You want to know what type of woman you got? Put out some fictitious shit. You used to pee in the bed till you were 10 or 11 or 12. Let your woman get upset.
Oh, it come in your face. They say it in your face.
Or let her get a little intoxicated. And be like, and look at her. I don't see what you are. This is the reason why I told a girl in North Carolina, you tried to say some shit about me, and I'll be very clear about it. When I was 14, 15, 16, some of my mother's friends were trying to make passes at me. Because, that's when boys usually put on their muscle, right? She made a comment, well, that's why you probably got molested by your mother's friends. One, at 16 years old, you can't get molested. Two, who said my mother ever let another woman touch me until I wanted it? 3, you a bitch for that. 4, since you want to go there, I'm going to tell the truth about you. And the truth was, neither one of my grandparents were drug addicts. Boys were. My grandmother was not caught, giving fellatio behind a dumpster of a 7-Eleven multiple times. Eat that and live with it. You like to go down. No. I don't like to go down. I don't like to be down in the dumps. Remember what I said. In order for women to insult you, they got to make shit up. I had a chick who said, I have dry conversation. Anybody who spoke to me, no, I don't. I gave you my number. Talk to me live. Well, you just a fat boy who wants to be treated like a princess. Well, you just a dusty bitch who can't get a man. Oops.
So
I
let's
mean,
go ahead.
you got to remember, the truth doesn't need a bodyguard, folks. But go ahead.
Here we go.
Rejection is still a blessing, but it's imperative for you to hold on to that because that's what's going to make you a great husband. That's going to make you a great father. That's going to make you a better member of your community because there's not a lot of us. And if I see you in me, I got to speak life into you because we live in a time where that ain't safe. It's not safe. It's not received. It's not glamorized. It's not advertised. It's not marketed, but it's real and it's necessary and it's God-given. So I'm just here to put water on you.
That's good shit.
That doesn't
I was gonna say your original.
Somebody said pause.
Yeah. Number one, Bay was not joking, apparently. And number two, this is what I like to call soft shaming. You don't give them any real answers to the truth. You don't really tell him, look, dude, the women you get are not your mother. Your mother failed you. That's the one thing in the black community men don't want to hear is your mama failed you. A lot of your mothers in this community makes you fucking socially inept. They don't teach you about what women will do to you. They will teach you about the manipulations of women. If anything, I've seen it with my own mother, and I had to check my own mother with some of my girlfriends. I had to call my mother, hang up on a bitch. And this is what I had to tell one of my exes when she cuts me out in front of her grandmother. And I was so caught up, I said, look, I'm about to call you a bitch in front of your grandmother because you acting like one. And one time she called me, the same girl called me for help to talk to her homeboy. I said, can you shut the fuck up? You literally called me to talk to him. Why the fuck are you still talking? Oh, I'm sorry. I even had to tell my mother, I'm your son. Don't you ever side with a female before me. Because I know goddamn well if a man put their hands on you, you want me to side with you, right? This is the same shit. You're giving him soft shoe. Where's that Daffy Duck? You're giving that soft shoe Daffy Duck shit to try to talk to this man instead of keeping it real. Stop looking for a woman to be your mother. She's never going to love you the same. She has no biological ties to you. You're just a tool. What did Jerry Butler say? You're just a tool. She looks at you as like a carpenter uses a tool. But go ahead,
Red Pill.
Bay was not playing around. He's serious.
No, that's what I said. What I said, he was serious.
Oh. Yeah, because he had told me that he did send it to him.
My bad. He wasn't playing around. He was fucking serious.
Uh-oh.
So, I'm going to say this. 2 things a man should never play with. Number 1, help. Number 1 is emotions.
And generosity.
You can't help. And number 3, generosity. The things about this is this. Men have always been the easy victim. Okay? Everybody wants to play with you like you're a goddamn toy. The fact of the matter is you never found a woman, you found a user and an abuser. I bet you he probably dated a lot of women who were baby mamas because mom showed him no difference.
But for him to have this disposition that he does, that's why I'm scratching my head. Like, for him to be called soft, that means the fact that he tried this vulnerability stuff on these women and probably got soft or called soft or simp and things of that nature. Because I don't think too many men called him soft. I think it was mostly the women. For him to go through that and then try to search for answers there, It's like, bruh, the answers were already in the woman that you complained about.
Is written all over your face.
So let's go ahead and hit play.
The original question was why don't women, right? And I think that's the one way to go about it. Because like he was saying, you dope, right? So whoever you're gonna find is just gonna land in your lap. You can't be looking for it. You're gonna be just existing, and she gonna be there. Like, I like you. Like a lot of people say, I like who like me, right? So you already dope. You just chilling, and she gonna land in your lap. But don't change yourself trying to appease to what you think somebody might want, because that's not.
It's not about changing himself to appease. It's about going into your nature. And I think that's the part that they're not really talking about, and it's not going to be solved in a panel discussion. He has to go through training, and he has to be around. I think the missing part is he needs to be around a bunch of married men. At least that had at least 10 plus years in marriage to know the do's and don'ts. That's what it seems like. That's my opinion, though. I think but let's hear some more appeasing here.
Authentic, and that's not real, and it's not going to last. So if you stay true to yourself, whoever is out there for you, that person is just going to vibe to you and find you. All right, so don't worry about what they doing. You just stay dope.
And first of all, can we all give a round of applause to the black men who spoke life into another black man?
Yeah. Did you hear what she said? Even my bird's like, what?
Well, I heard your bird say off.
Can you give applause to the black man that's breathing life into another black man?
See, this is one of the issues I have with speaking like this. Because one, black men, and this is why this space is so important. This is one of the truest and first spaces black men, let's just call it what it is. This is the truest and first space black men can be open with other black men. Right, wrong, or indifferent. And the sad thing about it is, the saddest part about this is, he will never learn to be a good man, which means be good to yourself first. Men in the black community have always been judged on what they can do for a woman. What is that old commercial? Strong enough for a man, made for a woman?
That's secret. The woman's commercial.
Mm-hmm. Notice why. You got to understand something. When men start finding their worth, notice how little they deal with women. When men start finding their worth, notice how little they deal with women. I keep saying this to you niggas out there, but a man isn't powerful until he can forbade pussy. The two biggest hurdles in a black man's life is getting over his obsession with pussy and over conquering his mother. If you can't conquer your goddamn mother, what's the point? Because last time I checked, a lot of these fucking hoes will make you into a better simp than what the fuck she ever found.
So let's go ahead and try to hear because the women gonna be speaking too.
Thank you. I honor you for being vertical in who you are, for being vulnerable, for speaking with your heart and being relational, not transactional. As Mike said, we don't get a lot of that in our black men, not because they don't want to, because it hasn't served them, it's not safe, and it hasn't been safe.
It's not safe among who? That's the part where she's probably not going to answer. But go ahead.
Your question was, why do women, right, not receive a good man? Well, women who never had a father cover them love them, expose to them what real love and real care looks like at the hands of a respectful man that can honor them, they don't. It's not that they don't want to, baby, they can't see you.
Charles, didn't you say that earlier?
Say that again.
I think she just said what you said. Hold on.
Them
Let's go back. Just a second, Birdie.
not receive a good man
Let's go
for
back.
that in our black men, not because they don't want to, because it hasn't served them, it's not safe, and it hasn't been safe. Your question was, why do women, right, not receive a good man? Well, women who never had a father cover them, love them, expose to them what real love and real care looks like at the hands of a respectful man that can honor them. They don't. It's not that they don't want to, baby, they can't see you. They can't see you. So when it comes to what I call daddy issues, and it can also be a duality of parental issues, meaning mommy and daddy issues, that woman, isn't that woman doesn't know your worth, is that she doesn't know her worth. And we see in others who we are, not who they are. Let me say it again. We see in others who we are, not who they are. So if a good man as yourself is presented to a woman who can't see.
Pause it. Donate to art. If you feel inclined to donate to me, do so. But this is art because I give deference to him because this is his stream first. This is the reason why I tell black men, love who you are first. Because nobody else will. I had a buddy of mine when he was like, you talk about wrestling. I said, well, in 3 years, I had 4 championships, multiple top placements, top 5 in the state of Maryland. Not bad for a person who only picked it up in 3 years. Top 2 in freestyle in the state of Maryland. Top 3 in Germany. Tell me about your teenage years. It's not my fault your life sucks. Tell me what have you done? Even when I coached, I've coached over what? 15, close to 20 champions. Over 40 people who placed third, at least. At one tournament, I took fucking 3 newbies to the championship finals. What have you done? And that's just wrestling. We didn't talk about the rest of my life. Why should I, as a black man, look in value to women who can't see the value in themselves? Oh, that's bars. Why should I, as a black man, look into women who can't see the value in themselves?
Well, let's go into that a little bit, and that ties into what the dude has issues with. And they have this thing where they say you are what you attract, right?
A victim.
And so according to what he's talking about, it seems like he welcomes that rather than him, because he's complaining about it, but you're calling it in, if that makes sense. You're manifesting that in your space.
That's the equivalent of a black person during the time of slavery asking the fucking slave master to treat them a little bit more humanely.
Like if you say Boom Quisha 20 times, most likely Boom Quisha is going to ask you for a date or vice versa.
I bet you if I had a one-on-one with this brother, do you think you're better than black women? What you think his answer? It'll be the same.
Go ahead.
But yet, hey, Red Pill, you sleep? Nice.
He's not here. This is my bird.
Oh, what's up, bird? Go Ravens.
You hear? Say something.
Go Ravens. I'm gonna put that in bird dick. Go ahead. But this is the problem with black men. Black men truly don't think they're better than women. But by nature, do men, period, date up or down?
Oh, they always, well, I ain't gonna say always, but a lot of them date down.
So if I got to date down, because we know by nature, men date to their wallet and their ego, how can you, and I bet you he date fat bitches too.
Ooh, he does sound like the homosexual.
Why is it that we allow women to dictate our emotions, our self-worth, and our values? I bet you he dates fat bitches with kids. He prides himself over what? If that man won't take care of him, I will.
Yeah.
Guess what she's saying? You remember those old cartoons when they had sucker written over the face?
Yeah.
If you is my baby, which is a black song, by the way. Shout out to Tom and Jerry.
Yeah. I think that's Dinah Washington did that song.
Mm-hmm. And see, here's the critical flaw. Have you ever noticed when you give black men confidence, what do black women call you?
Like conceited, or what's the other one?
He knows he's sexy. He's got the moves that drive the girls wild. Black men need a little bit of audacity. They need a little bit of more wherewithal, and they need a little bit more conceit. You put a black man on a Friday or Saturday night or a Sunday morning at church, what other man can dress better than us? A man can be bald. A man can have locks. A man can have cruddies. A man can have a fro. What man on earth looks better than us?
You mean what? You mean talking about a black man, right?
Yeah. We come in all flavors. What man looks better than us? There is not one woman on God's green earth that don't lust after us physically. God forbid if you have a brain cell. God forbid if you have a degree or a trade. The problem is you've been around these wherewithal bitches for so long, they fucking trample over your emotions and intellectual prowess. I'm going to quote something that I wrote on Instagram the other day, if you don't mind. Because sometimes when the spirit takes over, it just takes over, my boy. Never allow anyone to attempt to convince you to downgrade your intellectualism to rationalize their stupidities and failures. Black men have a very bad habit of letting people convince you to downgrade your intellectualism. Your dreams are tertiary to her goals, especially as when I look at dating apps, I tell people, why would you date a woman who tells you you're going to be third or fourth behind her goals, her kids, her needs, her wants, and then maybe it's you? I can't take you seriously.
Okay, so let me go ahead and play this here. Where are we? I think we're halfway. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe, people. Here we go.
Your worth is because she's seeing her worth deficit. And I want you to question, not in a bad way, so stick with me, okay? I want you to do some self-inventory on when a woman can't see you, why would you still want her? Why would you still want her? Because it all goes back to self. It all goes back to self. You all right? You okay?
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay.
You processing?
Yeah,
It's all right, baby.
I'm gonna be honest.
What do you think he was processed? Why do you think that pause was there?
Because he thought lesser of himself. Because he's really not getting the help he needed. Because if he talked to this space compared to that fucking panel, the questions would have been so intellectually honest. What type of women do you search for? What type of women do you date? Do you have any kids of your own? Do you date women with kids? First and foremost, before God and country, there goes I. When I look at people and a woman says, I'm not worthy, bitch, I pick up Thor's hammer every day. I rip open my shirt, I see an S on this goddamn hairy ass chest. I'm the blood of people who freed you from slavery. Mm-hmm. I'm the blood of people. I literally have, when I did my DNA check, I'm the descendant of a fucking Egyptian pharaoh. Did you know that, Art?
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
I'm the motherfucker who built the pyramids. I'm the motherfucker. I'm the descendant of motherfuckers who told fucking Europe to wash your ass. We defeated the Black Plague. We ended the fucking Civil War. We created 85% of the inventions we still use today. But you're gonna listen to a bitch who ain't even got a fucking house in her name? You're gonna listen to her. You gonna, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to get through the video, sir.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll wait till you finish. Just let me. I'm a mute up.
Honest with y'all, I would say like a month and a half ago, I found out that the girl that I did like, her and her friend made a bet to see if she can date me for like a week. And then after that week, like that was it. So with me, like my dad told me, cause I told him about it. My dad told me like my heart too big. I need to shrink it. I don't know how to shrink it. No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know how to shrink it. Like,
pause.
Come on, keep it short now, cause I gotta get to the video.
I'm gonna keep it short. Cardinal sin of black men. A lot of you Negroes don't even listen to your daddy. Continue.
It's hard. I don't know how to do that because, like I said again, I was raised by a single black woman, raising 3 boys and a girl. Like I seen my mom.
It's about just
everybody.
being. It's about being smarter where you direct that to. Before I get to that, though, did you have something?
Yeah. No disrespect to daddy, but don't harden your heart because of what an evil person did to you. Like that person had evil intent. That's on them. And they're going to have to stand before God for that. So you don't harden your heart behind that. Some people, they struggle with like a cognitive or an emotional dissonance. They'll say one thing and do the opposite, or they'll want something and not know how to treasure it. Like people can easily say, I want someone who's expressive, but the only expression that they want is love, and they don't know how to actually acknowledge or deal with the other emotions and the other feelings that you express. That's that person who doesn't know how to handle and manage that. That's on them. Don't, because I understand that's painful, don't generalize women. There are some women who know how to give you the security and safety that you need to have. And I know in today's time, it looks like that's unrealistic, but also when you keep on allowing yourself to be around those people who show their motives early on and you ignore it, you keep yourself in that perpetual cycle with people who reinforce that same belief that everyone's going to do you a certain type of way. No one's trustworthy. That's those type of women. You have your emotions to express for a reason. Your emotions are a gift. And your expression is a gift as well that you have. Don't tarnish that gift behind these kind of women. I will say this one last thing. Take some time to step away because you need preparation as well for the woman who God has for you. Sometimes when you are in those situations, you really do have to say, okay, God, right now I keep going through the same thing because he already sees it anyway. And God will put you in that season of separation to get you prepared for that woman who knows how to handle your emotions, who knows how to create that safe space. But sometimes our loneliness tells us to act on that emotion, that love, that feeling, that nostalgia. Don't do that. If you start to see that whenever I'm connecting with women, I'm getting way too far in it too fast, you need to start gaining some type of discipline and control and be able to step back. If you realize you don't have that self-discipline and control, step back.
It's a shame that a sister had to tell him this beside these Negroes on the panel. That's the first line of defense. Step away.
See,
regroup, learn yourself, learn your strengths and your weaknesses.
see, when you wrestle, right? Let's say the guy takes you down. He gets the 2, now 3 points. He didn't get any back points. He didn't pin you. You get back to your feet. What are you supposed to do? Circle, step back, regroup, strategize. When you get rocked, you grab that motherfucker. You circle. You take every inch of that ring, get your brains back together, regroup. Black men don't know what regrouping is. I gotta love you more. Nah, when Shorty told me she doesn't want to feel like talking, I love you less. That's what every ex tells me. I should have stuck with you. You're rare. You got the body, you got the brains, you got the soul, you got the humor, you got the style, you got the guile, you got the profile. To every man listening to the sound of my voice, you should know that before you even meet the chick. You know, this, I bet you his sister ran the family. The mother was bitter. I bet you his middle name is Welcome. Like the fucking doormat he sounds like.
So let's go back to the solutions, and we got to try to not turn this into like 3 hours here, because I'm a working man and I don't have much time. So this kind of stuff right here, this is the part where I missed about this space, because you had people that did come in the Coliseum or made it to Coliseum, and people like yourself, Charles, and Cerulean, and Angry Man, and others came up there and gave some wisdom, along with BGS, of course. Hell, you had Michael Coleman, and Kevin came up every now and then, Kevin Samuels, right? And in this situation, I don't know what these dudes, because like I said, I think the guys on the panel is only saying the stuff that they know women would like. And it's not helping the dude that's right there pouring his heart out. Right? And like that last sister that spoke out, you can tell she's a mom. And you can tell she probably has sons. So, you know, you don't want to keep that. I mean, that the most irresponsible things I was hearing from the fellas was, I didn't hear anything about growth or regrouping or recharging. It was more like, stay the way you are. Just what was it? Be a man and stand firm and all. Come on, dude. The whole thing is, again, I kind of allude to the thing about you are what you attract. Also, the thing that you're supposed to be looking for, not someone to pander to, but someone to compliment you. That's the part where I don't know if anybody on the panel, I don't know if they addressed that, but that's probably the most important thing. So if he either looking or waiting or whatever it is for someone to compliment him, that means that he's supposed to be staying within his nature. It's never in a man's nature to pander and kiss ass and simp. That's not us. And women let you know, like the average woman would let you know in a minute. So I wish him the best of luck. I feel bad to hear this still goes on, but I know it does. But he probably would be the type, not to simp on his own, but to simp to where he's trying to get somebody else's woman. I can tell this dude would probably be the guy that's always trying to be friends with other people's wives and girlfriends, waiting on the opportunity for them to see the light. And that's probably what he means by them. Think about it though. It sounds like he's comparing himself to the girl that he likes, not to her, but to the boyfriend or the husband of the girl that he likes. If you really listen to it, it sounds like a matter of choices, and it's not his choice, it's the other person's choice. And the fact that he's probably left behind or not really being thought of like the main dude in the girl's life that he really likes, I think that's what he's been dealing with, besides the other part about the two girls making a bet. But it seems like he's a type. I could be wrong. But anyhow, I thought I'd throw that out there to see what people think, you know. Now this one here, I don't know. I don't have the panel to discuss this, but students at California University without 8th grade math skills skyrocket. Woo! This is nothing new.
Skyrocket where?
California University, students at California University without 8th grade math skills, it skyrockets, meaning it's higher than usual. So if we want to go deeper into that, let's tell him what he's won, Bob. And we're in the education part here, y'all. Oh man, hit the like button, share, subscribe. Okay. So it says full article here. Oh, do we have a video that comes with this? Nope. This is Newsom. It says a sharp rise in students entering the University of California without middle school level math skills is raising alarms among educators. A new internal report from the University of California, San Diego reveals that the percentage of incoming students scoring below Algebra 1 on placement exams, close ad. God dang it. Move. Okay. Exams. A math course typically completed by the end of 8th grade has tripled over the past 5 years. Why it matters. In 2020, just 6% of the first year students of the University of San Diego placed below Algebra 1 by 2025. This number had surged to 18%. According to the University of San Diego Senate Admission Working Group report. Findings reflect a growing disconnect between high school transcripts and actual college readiness. The SAWG report, meaning the Senate Admission Working Group, links the increase to pandemic era learning disruptions, long-standing inequities in California K-12 system, and the elimination of standardized testing requirements in UC admissions. What to know? The number of UC San Diego students requiring Math 2, a course originally designed for less than 1% of the incoming class, surged from under 100 students annually to over 900 by fall 2024. In fall 2024, the number of students placing, come on, I get all these pop-ups, placing into Math 2 and 3B surged further with over 900 students in the combined Math 2 and 3B population. The report news this represents an alarming 12.5% of the incoming first year class. Math 2, once intended to cover high school topics like Algebra 1 and 2, has been redesigned to focus entirely on elementary and middle school common core math subjects 1 through 8, grade 1 through 8. A new course, Math 3B, was created to handle high school level content. UC San Diego is now the only U.S. campus that offers a credit-bearing course designed to remediate elementary and middle school math. Wow! So it's gotten to that, y'all. Placement test data shows worsened gap between what students appear qualified for on paper and their actual ability. In fall 2024, of those who demonstrated math skills not meeting middle school levels, only 6% met only the minimum high school course requirement, the report states. The other 94% went beyond, for 42% completing calculus or pre-calculus. The report concludes that GPA and course titles have become unreliable predictors of readiness. Ooh, we gonna get it. Woo, Lord have mercy. I'm glad I'm almost about to retire. We gonna get it. So, which really means, we got special ed on campuses. So we got that on college campuses. So now it's going to come to a point to where you're going to be getting remedial English. Well, I'm quite sure if math is there, I'm quite sure English is going to be there too, because those are both proficiency things there. I think it's probably only going to be on the state colleges. Wait a minute. Let me make sure that's a state college. Hold on. Is it a state college or just a California university? I didn't get that one. Hold on. What is it? It is, let's go back. No, it's not a state college. It is. No, that's not even a state. Ooh, UC San Diego. Okay. Hey, I don't know what else is all these new findings, man. I don't know. Let me move on, y'all. I'm down to 45. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Examine why students leave college. So we're talking about what is it? Community college and universities. I think they're getting into that. And from what I read in there, it's the same stuff I've been saying for years. A lot of people take community college thinking that they're going to get the same accolades as university. No, man. I always said, if you're going to do the community college, if you're really strong in your convictions on transferring it, then do so. But a lot of people don't transfer because for some reason they putting in a lot of work at these community colleges and thinking that they're going to get the same type of treatment as far as finishing. You get that AA, that's like just having like another diploma. It's not really a bona fide degree. The only time the AAs really work is for automotive, nursing, culinary, that kind of stuff. Some kind of some tech positions, cosmetology, right? But if you're talking about law, that kind of stuff, art, it doesn't work for you. For AAs, that's just to get your foot in the door, to get some of those GEs out of the way, general education. So a lot of people, they just say F it. They're not seeing anything from it. And plus, some of these, and I'm very critical on community college professors sometimes, even though I do the community college. A lot of these community college professors try to teach like they're teaching Yale. And I'm like, no, you're supposed to be helping to prepare them to transfer to a university. So you got to start with baby steps and get them all the way to where when they get to the final, they pretty much ready to transfer then. So, and they'll be gung-ho to take your skills that you taught them to move to the university. But a lot of these professors give them a lot of stuff that a lot of students just can't handle. You know, and what I mean by that, not this doesn't apply to the quote unquote unprepared, but it's for the ones that need. I mean, you're there at the community college most of the time to try to get your skills up, get your education up compared to the, you know, just not all the way, but just a slightly above your high school, accolades. You know, get that work in. So when you go to a university and transfer, it's not a shock. You know what I'm saying? So that's why people are leaving, because it's like, I'm worn out. I'm worn out. You know, you taking like different types of college math and English and stuff like that, and you're doing the same exact work as in a university. It's a shock to the system. I'm sorry. That's not what it's made for. But one thing that a lot of your deans don't do, they don't really vet the professors a lot on that, unless the students start complaining a lot. And most of the time, the students just want that grade so they get to, you know, finish the program. Here we go. Woo, Teacher of the Year. Look at him, man. Wow. Teacher of the Year listen to this, stalked an 11-year-old girl in his class and wrote her 60 love letters. He was just sentenced to probation. MAGA, what? Well, and Charles on the panel too. Does this dude deserve any kind of time or police attention for doing this stuff? You stalked an 11-year-old girl. I don't get it. But he only got sentenced to probation. But I'm quite sure he's not allowed around any minors. You know, or parks, or schools, or, you know, they probably got that restraining order where you have some like a distance ordinance or something. I don't know. But let's move on, y'all, because it's now people kept asking me about this one here, so I'm going to watch the video with you guys to find out what is everybody talking about. Let me see, where is it? Substitute teacher right here. Who is this, Lazy Bone? And it's in Mississippi. It said TikTok's worse. God damn, that's 42 minutes. Come on, y'all. Let me see if we can speed this up, or we gotta do something. That's too long. Come on, dog. This shouldn't take no 42 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. It's probably a slow night, but shout out to Anubis. Appreciate you, fam. Alrighty. Let's see. Here it is. Bam. Didn't you say it got? This is a dope jam. Okay. Here we go. So let's see what they say here. So let's see what Crazy Bone had to say. All right.
A substitute teacher was just fired on the first day for making inappropriate content in the school for her page. And there's a lot of people with a lot of thoughts about it, including them themselves with a couple of response videos and a whole GoFundMe defending themselves. So I thought today we could go over the whole thing and try to decipher who exactly was hard done by here and how bad this content actually was. But before that, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Once again, we're aiming for 300,000 by the end of the year. You guys showed out in the last video, I've got to be honest with you. Thank you guys so much. I usually start these videos off with like wee jokes and that, but today I just wanted to tell you how much I genuinely appreciate the support. So if you're not already subscribed, then be sure to join us. So we'll start with their Instagram account, which is like the only social media of hers that
You look like an 80s bass player, but go ahead.
hasn't been taken down yet. The TikTok was deleted, or maybe it was taken down. Yeah, you can see here, even on their story just 3 hours ago, it was taken down. They've amassed a pretty impressive 120,000 followers, which is crazy because they're not like an influencer or anything. This is mostly just from the recent controversy. They call themselves a trendsetter, but they've used the $S, which is like really cool and epic, I guess. When we actually have a look at the content and what's gone on in this video, I don't think these are the trends that anyone really wants to be setting. Okay, so I guess they definitely had somewhat of a following before this whole thing happened because an imposter of them was made like 2 years ago with over 3,000 followers. So they themselves, I'm sure, weren't like completely unknown, if that makes sense, but they weren't, you know, big by any means. Especially because Instagram is like, that's their thing. It's like their main social media. Like my Instagram is not exactly popping by any means. Go help out with that, by the way. But that's also not my social media. Like I'm a YouTuber first and foremost. Instagram is just really for stories of Prince, and that might be the best advertisement that you could give it. She also owns a clothing brand. Oh my god. So I was scrolling on the clothing brand for about 2 seconds, and then my Malwarebytes browser guard popped up and said, do not continue. The website has been blocked due to phishing. So that video starts.
As you guys may know, I am the substitute that was recently fired from teaching because of my TikTok. It's honestly so sad how sick the world is that you guys...
It's fucking hilarious. It's like, oh, welcome to my first day as a substitute teacher, and the very next video a few days later, I'm fired from teaching. It's like a pantomime, man.
mischaracterized me fully without further context. I'm a content creator. I record everything I do, so it was typical for me. And as you guys know, if you
most importantly, like, we have to point out the elephant in the room here. That chain looks like shit. I mean, like, that is embarrassingly bad.
Today was really a breeze. My kids ain't had to do too much, man. I really, to be honest, I let them do whatever they want to do. Yes, I'm that type of teacher.
What is going on there? Like, is she actually teaching? I don't think this is even real. Like, there's no students in, there's no way there are students in the actual room. Like, you can hear her tap the pen onto the paper. So obviously there's audio coming from the video itself, and that we don't hear a lick from any of the children, which in a room full of children, surely there'll be some noise at least, you know what I mean? She's also not saying anything, like she's just posturing as though it's like if you're an NPC in a game and there's no voice acting in the games, there's just like a text box here and they're just emoting. It's the most like basic emotes ever. Like imagine, or try to convey that you're talking without acting.
I would have honestly recorded myself if I knew it was an issue with recording students. I went on TikTok before I worked, and that's what I seen. I am by far no predator or anything close to it. That is insane for it even to be put onto me. I truly just thought I was doing something good for the youth, like. Honestly, and I was enjoying it.
What were you doing that was good for the youth? Calling a random girl shorty, that's what, and the kids were trying to take you down, and what, looking backwards on a fucking bench? How was that good for the youth? How was standing in your room like fucking Jack Black? What was his name? Like Schmarty or something from School of Rock? Mr. Blur or some shit. What was his I need to know his name now. Oh, Dewey Finn. Mr. Blur. That was way off. But yeah, she stood there like Dewey Finn, I guess, when the teacher walks in and he has to pretend that he wasn't just teaching the kids like some rock music shit, just with a piece of paper like, yes, yeah. Pythagoras, anyone? Like, if you genuinely showed yourself actually teaching the children without showing the children, maybe there could be an argument to be made that you were doing something good for the youth. I mean, even then, it's a fucking stretch. Just do your job and teach them without recording it. But, like, there's just no argument here. Like, what were you doing that could possibly be seen as good for the youth?
A video, but I've been receiving an awful amount of hate. I feel like it was necessary for me to clear my name up. I truly do apologize for how it may seem, but my slang and terminology is much different than yours. But none of the kids knew they were being recorded at any point.
That's not a good thing. Like, you're saying that as though that's like a plus. Like, oh, well, they didn't know they were being recorded. It's not on them. They weren't stressed on that. That's worse. Like, the fact they were being recorded, like, unbeknownst to them is that's way worse than if they knew.
For this, once again, I truly do, but I had no idea this was prohibited. I assure you that it would have not been posted. What I meant by shorty and the terminology the kids were going to take me down were absolutely not what you guys took them as. Those kids were smaller than me, shorter than me, younger than me. They are shorties. They are young. That absolutely means nothing with flirting.
No, fuck off. No. That's not what shorty means. I'll be real, yeah. Shorty ain't a thing over here. No, I've not heard anyone call anyone shorty in the UK. Like, unironically. Like, it just isn't a thing. But that's not what it means, short. Like, I'll look it up, and I want to see if there is any definition of, like, oh, shorty means someone who is short. Okay, I'll be real. This fucking, like, this Urban Dictionary shit is ass. An idiotic term used by asshats to describe an attractive young female. By Akbar, man. What do I even say to that? There's no solid definition. I'll be real. There's no solid definition, which makes sense. It is slang. Okay, look, I'll be charitable. I suppose, in a way, shorty means, like, shorty. What is this fucking content you're getting, man? Are any of you buying it?
The bottom line that I'm taking for this, because this dude is rambling and babbling, but the bottom line that I'm getting from this is that shorty is a term that he just highlighted of an attractive female, right? And she had that on tape and then posted. So one thing, okay, if you're an educator, and this is what I try to do, like if I have events, you know, like different things that like art shows and stuff like that, I may post some of that stuff on any kind of social media, but stuff like that, just like regular random type stuff, that is not going on my social media. Hell no. I mean, I guess these young, okay, well, I guess I have to talk to the young educators. I know you come up on social media a lot. A lot of your life is done on that, but using social media for your place of practice when it comes to education, I don't care if you teach college, that's suicide. It's like pooping where you eat. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? All right, so we'll move on, y'all. It's one of those slow Tuesdays, huh? Okay. Because people kept asking me like every now and then, like, what's up with that? It says student cheating dominates talk of generative AI in higher ed, but universities and tech companies face ethical issues too. Oh boy. So now it's spreading to the workforce. Right. So I don't know how they're going to handle this, but I'm quite sure it's been used for a long time, but people starting to catch on that it's not really them, that kind of thing. And what I always say, while they are doing all this kind of stuff, you might want to start studying, get your weight up as far as education and putting all that that know-how in making your papers, your research papers and stuff like that, because there's always some kind of clue that AI has done your work for you. You know what I mean? What I always suggest is using AI, just try not to just do the whole copy and paste and turn it in. You know, you got to fix it and move things around a little bit, because it's supposed to really assist you, but not to do the work for you. And a lot of people are using that as an option, and it's not working for them. Let's move on. So we were talking about rap fatigue. Let's get into the Beastie Boys. Anybody in the audience old enough to know about the Beastie Boys? I think License to Ill came out in what, 87? Let me see. I'm always a year off when I make these guesses. Let's see. License to Ill. I think it was 87. It couldn't have been 88. I think it was 87. Let me double check here. Because I was in high school. It was 86. So like it released in 86, right? Yeah, released in 86. So I guess most of their debuts were in 87. That's probably why I was thinking 87. Because it's in November of 86. All right, so and obviously the producer was what, Rick Rubin of Def Jam Records. I believe Public Enemy used to open for them. But the Beastie Boys used to open for Run DMC. Right? You can like Eminem all you want. Me personally, as far as production and quality, I really don't think Eminem's production had anything on this album. As far as the white boy delegation of rap, I can't see anything that Eminem done that can be put up against Paul Revere. Revere, right? I don't see it against the New Style, Brass Monkey. I just don't. She's crafty. That shit is tight. I mean, all that. Only thing that what I didn't care about was girls. Girls. I didn't care about that. I was a little slapstick. But everything else, oh my God. Posse in Effect. But this is the one of the biggest breakthroughs of whites in hip hop. You know, we talk about Blondie every now and then, but these guys here, I don't know what to say, but I don't see any white rap that can really top this production.
What about the Cactus?
What's the Cactus?
Third Base.
Not more than Beastie Boys. And Third Base, I think their best one wasn't it Gas Face?
Triple Stage Darkness.
But wasn't that their biggest hit was the Gas Face, right?
Gas Face was their hit.
Yeah, when they were beefing with Hammer.
Yeah, and they beat Hammer. Who else? It was a couple other people. It was Hammer and somebody else. I forgot. I think Hammer was the only one that responded.
Yeah, Search was about to get clapped in L.A.
Yeah, he was scared.
They were had the goons circling the block around a radio station. And
That's a funny story.
And then Search was with his girl. This is what Search told the story. He's at the mall doing a promotion, and a dude was such a fan. He said, "Dude, like, have your autograph?" But he said, "I was here to shoot you, but I'm such a big fan. Can I have your autograph?" So,
okay, yeah, but yeah, that whole thing, man. And yeah, Rapture was one of my favorite songs from Blondie, by the way, or Horowitz. But yeah, he said Ethel Merman. I just caught that. Yeah, but that really caught our attention because let me see, I was in high school, I was in high school when I heard it. And no, I take that back. I think I was in middle school. But that thing is that I think that really made you really embrace white people in the trenches of hip hop. But they set the bar kind of high for other white people for a while. Did y'all notice that?
what do you mean, Beastie Boys?
Yeah. Who came after them?
Third Base.
Third Base was like what? 4
Third
years
Base
later?
came out 89, 90.
That was another fucking what?
Yeah, that was years. That was years later. Let me see.
But I mean, after License to Ill,
it was 86.
then they strictly went like punk, like back to they punk roots. So I mean,
it says Third Base is 87.
87.
That's what it says. But man, I didn't hear Third Base until I got to college, and that was 89.
And after Third Base, I mean, if you want to include, well, it was Vanilla Ice that got the gas.
Yeah, that's 90, too. And then he's 89 as well. But my thing is that it took years after them. It wasn't like the even though it says active at 87, but no, it took years for someone to get somewhat of the notoriety of these guys.
Well, you West Coast. What about Everlast? Because when he was
Everlast was 90, I met him.
Yeah, he was with the Syndicate, Donald D and Ice-T.
Yeah, it was a Rhyme Syndicate.
Yeah,
he did a Never Missing a Beat and Syndicate Soldier. Yeah, that was 90. So I'm saying is that when I say it sets the bar, that means that not only it's not about just being white and being a rapper. It's about having the notoriety of these people. So Third Base, I'm sorry. The Beastie Boys was such a phenomenon. You know what it kind of reminded me of? You ever hear the discrepancy between NWA and Compton Most Wanted? You never heard the discrepancy between the two?
No.
Okay. Obviously, NWA been out, since 87, 86, around there.
Uh-huh.
I think Compton Most Wanted came out a couple of years later. But MC8, let me see, MC8, I'm sorry, yeah, Compton Most Wanted, yeah, that's at 87, yeah. MC8 is just as good as anybody on the NWA. He was good.
But here's the thing, Art. When you had Beastie Boys, they were on Def Jam.
But I didn't get to make my point.
Oh, sorry.
And so, no matter how good MC8 and Compton Most Wanted was, NWA set the bar. So when you come after them representing Compton too and wearing caps and talking about shooting and wearing gold chains, most people will listen say you good, but you know they're gonna always compare you to the people that came before you. Am I right?
Yeah.
Now let's go back to Beastie Boys, and you said Third Base, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you have a Beastie Boys, and by the way, Beastie Boys has came on anything better than what they did the first time. Never. Never. I don't know what they were on in the beginning, but they were never ever to reach that same level of success. So that's why I'm saying this album in particular, not them as a group, but the album. If you're gonna throw a Third Base against License to Ill, me personally, maybe it's my generation, I don't know. I don't see it. If you're gonna do an Everlast against License to Ill, I don't see it. Who else you mentioned?
I mean,
Vanilla Ice.
But that was. Well, I'm talking about rap.
I'm talking about the product. I bought the product here. I didn't put just if it was the Beastie Boys, I put all three of the characters up there. But I got the album, License to Ill, right here on the screen. So that right there, that production, plus them being white, which was a gimmick, and I think I heard that they were just playing around and people took it serious. Because they were a Full Metal band. Remember that's what you said, right? They were already a Full Metal band.
They were punk. I think.
You're our punk band, right?
Yeah.
And so they were playing around and shit. People started taking it serious, right? So, like I said, I think this album really set the bar high for white rappers, and I think the only one that really cracked that code was Eminem. He probably came the closest. I mean, I'm not into Eminem, but have you? I'm quite sure you listen to some of the M stuff, right?
A little bit.
So I gotta find an Eminem fan, but I'm trying to figure out if there's an Eminem album with all the hits and things, would you be able to compare it to License to Ill?
Eminem is the closest, I would say, lyrically.
It's talking about, like, does he have an album though that would be compared to this production?
Is it an album?
Yes.
The closest.
Because obviously Eminem, he raps better than all of them, right?
Yeah.
Hell, Third Base raps better than BC Boys.
Because the closest Marshall Mathers. But you got to think about it. What gave Eminem a lot of his appeal is that
Dr. Dre.
Of course, that helps, but a lot of that shit is also because he had the wagon behind him. He had that wagon behind him.
3rd Mile.
And then he had a whole fucking movie.
And he had 50 Cent. That's his endorsement, right?
Pretty much your black endorsement.
And he didn't say the N-word that much in public. Kept him out of trouble. From what I heard. I don't know.
What was the date release of License to Ill?
November of 1986.
I mean, but because of during that time, Def Jam was the premier label with rap. You had Run DMC, LL, Beastie Boys, and during that time, that was when Rick Rubin was still with Def Jam, if I'm correct.
Right.
And it wasn't that many. Prominent rap labels during that time. So
you had a 4th and Broadway. That's one. You had Wild Style. You had Tommy Boy.
Sugar Hill Records.
Yeah, Sugar Hill.
Then you got to think about when Eminem came out. You didn't really have any white rappers out. So
you did. You had quite a bit when Eminem came out. They sucked. Like Snow and all them, they suck, man. I'm sorry. We had the young teenagers. That's a tight ass song though. Pass the bottle and twist the top.
But
I didn't like the rap, but the music was tight.
That's the talking about. You didn't have anybody noteworthy.
Yeah, there you go.
You didn't.
And it was still a strong gatekeeping in hip hop during that time.
Lyrically. You didn't have anybody really lyrically fucking with M.
Not at all. No. I mean, and you didn't even. I mean, even Everlast, he couldn't compete with Eminem.
But Everlast was tough though.
Yeah, he was really rejected a lot because he showed more skill when he first started, but later on he just said F it because he tried to exist. He tried to exist in a conscious rap era.
But he tried to exist in two worlds. And the craziest part is Everlast got flow. Everlast could rap his ass off. Now, let's not be stupid. I've heard some shit on Everlast just bullshitting that he was flowing. And this is the problem. You have an engine behind Eminem. You have Dre. Then at the fucking hi, my name is, you know, then he brings in 50 because you really didn't have too many white artists bring in black artists after them. And here's the thing: you had a lot of those white boys who were listening to rock and grunge during that time. We mentioned Marky Mark, but
he said Marky Mark. Like I said, it was plenty of white rappers around there, but they just didn't move the needle.
Marky Mark is years before Eminem.
Good vibration.
And by the time you got them good vibration, like
come on.
But guess what? It's like the Will Smith effect.
Oh Lord.
Do you think of Will Smith because of the Fresh Prince, or do you think about Independence Day and then after?
I don't remember him as a rapper anymore after he started doing movies.
No, because guess where he really got his stride? Movies. You know, at one point people forget fucking Will Smith was a guaranteed box office smash, and still kind of is. And you got to think about it. We still look at Summertime as one of the official songs of the summer. You will not get hate playing Summertime in the winter.
I was more impressed with Brand New Funk than Summertime.
But guess what he's remembered for?
Yeah, because it's commercial.
Yeah, it's like, guess what?
It's like
it's like the Men in Black shit. You know, motherfuckers still gonna dance to Men.
Yes, the commercial. Yeah.
And it is, when you look at, he appealed to white boys because they into that and saying, I want to do something really bad to my mom type shit.
Oh, you mean Eminem? Yeah, he was the poor white trash.
The poor white trash hero.
Yeah.
You gotta look at, because when Eminem really got big was during my high school years.
But
So
I want to get back to the main topic as far as the production of License to Ill.
I love the Beasties, and I think they made some good shit. The craziest part about it is that when you look at production, why do you think I love so much old school music? What's the production of old school music? You can hear the difference between an actual drum versus a synthesizer, right?
Yeah.
You can hear when people sing. We don't even have singers anymore in the black community. Who's your equivalent of fucking Maze? Who's your equivalent of Earth, Wind and Fire? Who's your equivalent of Teddy P? Who's your equivalent of fucking Luther? Who's your equivalent of fucking Aretha or Whitney?
And I want people to really think about what we are talking about here. Even though, like, for example, we can just a quick analogy. We got Michael Jackson's Thriller versus Off the Wall. Most of us black folks and music heads will always say Off the Wall is better, but Thriller had way more success.
Because Thriller was not, Off the Wall was his last R&B slash going into, that was still R&B. You could hear the, I Can't Help It. You could hear R&B. Off the Wall, you could hear a fast dancing R&B. Like, you're gonna do a mean ass two-step to Off the Wall. Thriller, you don't hear any Off the Wall because you got motherfuckers from Aerosmith doing this fucking guitar work.
The point that I was hoping you made my point, but the point that I'm making of those two things is that's what I'm looking for as far as the Eminem comparison. Because somebody would say, well, Eminem sold more records than them and blah blah blah, and I'm like, but you're talking about what's put into production versus what has become the famous new thing, so to speak.
So, Art, is it more like the equivalent of like a cult favorite than a commercialized mass appeal?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because obviously we talking about 86. And I think didn't Eminem come out what 95, 96? Y'all remember?
I'm not an M fan.
I was teaching when he came out, so I was teaching high school. That's how I remember. I think Slim didn't he come out right after Tupac got killed?
I'm not even sure.
Who?
Let's see, Eminem. Well, let's go with Slim Shady.
Eminem came out about
80,
86,
96, right?
About a little bit after, about a year or two.
7? It had to be 97, right?
I because Biggie died in 96. Right?
I know it was in the 90s.
Because he came out about a year or two after their deaths. About 98.
So it was later than that?
About 98.
Okay. I'm looking for it. It's not even giving me the it's not even giving me the year. Well, they try to hide it.
Marshall Mathers come out.
Because I know the album came out much later than the single.
Mathers LP came out on May 23rd, 2000. It was his third studio album and became a very successful.
The Marshall Mathers came out 2000. Eminem's first album had to come out like 98-ish.
Wasn't that the same time that Bone Thugs was speaking? Also,
Bone Thugs was like real hot during like 97, 98-ish. Because 99 they came out with that because they had the Notorious Thugs, the Bone and Biggie shit around.
Okay, I found it. It said February 99.
Yeah. So that's like 11th grade year of high school for me. And Marshall Mathers came out 2000, May 2000. So that's when, you didn't really have you had great rappers then, but because he appealed naturally to white people who still buy more hip hop than black people, as you know, we'll bootleg the shit out of everything, especially back then. Which I think bootlegging did hurt the fuck out of a lot of our black artists, by the way.
Yeah, that's.
But what year was it that the South was dominating?
Oh, let me see. You talking about Goody Mob? Well, they were the Trojan Horse.
MJG and 8 Ball. I mean MJG.
But that's Atlanta, because before them it was Florida, or Miami, which was 2 Live Crew, right?
Well, 2 Live Crew
with
and
Miami Bass.
Trick Daddy.
Yeah, pop that pussy, baby. Pop.
So that was in the 90s for sure, right? Like Doodle Brown. You had to be in shape for that. Hey. I think, let me see. Because 2 Live Crew started in LA and he moved to Miami. Let's see. 2 Live Crew. All right, let's see what we got here. It said 91. Shit.
Yeah, because you had Scarface. I mean,
my bad. It said 84. 84.
I mean, 2 Live Crew in the late 80s, really the early 90s. God
Now,
damn.
in the first, I mean, the one in the 80s I remember is We Want Some Pussy. We want some pussy. That was in the 80s. That was when he was in LA.
And then you got to think about like shit.
Master Ace.
Diddy Brown.
Master Ace is considered Southern?
I'm in
Florida.
Okay. I didn't know.
See, you got fuck.
Throw That D. Throw That D is in 86, y'all.
And what about Master P?
Master P
is like late 90s.
Master P got his claim to fame in the mid '90s.
Because he came out. I remember he made a speech. He said his stuff is dedicated to Tupac after he got killed.
And about it.
So that's how I know.
My motherfucker, Mr. Rogers ain't got shit up on my neighborhood because we all good.
That's what he said. Dang, Master P is born in 1970. Woo. Lord have mercy.
He damn near goddamn. When did
everything I see, it says 97. So yeah, he came right after.
That's my high school years. He came
Tupac.
high school. You know,
What about I remember?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how I remember, because he did some kind of speech before his debut somewhere. I forgot where it was. And he was like, you know, he said all of my art and my style is all dedicated to my big homie, or whatever he said, Tupac, may he rest in peace. Blah. He did all that kind of stuff. Then later on he performed.
You gotta think about it. You had like, I don't know if it's different on the West Coast, the East Coast, as you have Wu-Tang. Man, you had a lot of. You had
New York
Nas,
is the Mecca, so you can't even touch New York.
Yeah, you had the Mecca. You had high school.
Ooh. You're in Jersey. What's up with TYB?
TYB.
Yeah, in Jersey. This is the new thing. Remember that?
See, yeah, Andrew McNabb.
I'm gonna put that in the chat for you.
I'm gonna tell you this one. It's kind of
because I mean, you had what was it? Black Sheep or Poor Righteous Teachers that was from the Trenton area. You had
a native tongue is from there, right?
Yeah, you got Artifacts from Newark. You got Queen Latifah and Tretch and them. They was from East Orange, that's next to Newark, but practically Newark. Lords of the Underground, Redman. That was the Jersey artist.
This is the new thing. That song was tight. I got it right here. I remember because I saw them when I was in college.
And Ice-T is from Newark, but he's LA, but we claim him.
I know. I don't know where this dude from these days. Let's see. Here you go. This is TYB. Tell me if you recognize them.
All right, let me go on my phone.
I think De La Soul put them out. Wait a minute, De La Soul from Native Tongue too, right? From a part of that group. This is the new thing. Oh, we got Jess in the building. What's going on, Louisiana? I'm sorry, Louisiana. I don't even know if I said it right that time. But yeah, so this segment we were just talking about.
Boy, Jesse, or as the country people say, Jesse,
baby,
that's you plebeians.
I don't know about that, baby. When that water wet, that water wet.
You had De-La, me, myself, and you had I mean,
so let's go back to Beastie Boys and License to Ill. We don't want to go away from the
production. I don't think there's too many people that's going to put the production. It's like, how can I put this? It's like a fine cigar or fine cognac, right? Fine cognac and a fine cigar. You can tell the difference between somebody who put their effort into it and the perfectionist versus somebody who put shit together.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do I love Maze so much?
Yeah, it hits that spot.
Maze to me is like that richness. I love root beer. But it's nothing like having German root beer. Because it's so
Wait a minute, German root beer. Describe that, please.
German root beer remember frozen cups? How you need syrup.
Okay.
Root beer in Germany, because my brother and I had, we black, so we have multiple godmothers. We had a white godmother who had German roots. She had her shit from the old country. It was syrupy. It was thick. It was rich. You could literally bake a cake with that shit. You could literally make frozen cups and snowballs with it. It's not just soda where it's just, well, it was rich and you just felt it. It was like, think of it like you ever took King syrup. And King syrup took 3 minutes and 59 seconds to pour out. That's how rich fucking German root beer is.
So did it have a kick to it?
Oh my God, why do you think I'm addicted to this shit now?
Wow, okay.
It's like chasing your first high. It's like chasing your first nut and pussy. And it's so beautifully crafted that they used to put alcohol in some of it. And it would just be like, where did I find this from? That's how I look at maize. Like, when you hear the inflections, when you hear the voice, it's like, this is something that ordinary people cannot produce.
But I take it you didn't get the songs I sent you.
Some of them.
Oh, really?
And that's how I thought about some of the songs. It's, you couldn't.
What song stuck out at you so far?
I gotta listen to them again, because sometimes you might have to send it to me again so I can actually give you a better critique. Because sometimes I'll just listen to it when I'm driving, especially if it's longer than 30 or 40 minutes. And it's an inflection. And the sad part about it, you're gonna need it. And it's the same way when you hear a good song. Somebody put their effort into this shit.
Before you go on, because I got a perch where my birds like sit while I'm chilling, right? And every now and then I get one and have them chilling on my finger while I'm talking. Now I have a female and a male bird. So I had the male bird and I was just chilling with him on the finger. And you heard the bird early going chirp, chirp, like that, right? And she kept looking in our direction. And she kept doing it. And then when I finally put the male bird back, she stopped making the noise and cuddled right next to him. That's like some human shit, huh?
Very much so.
She's like, bring him over here so I can lay next to him or some shit like that. I'm like, okay. I said, here, take him. That's deep, man. I got my whole National Geographics right in front of me. And he just chilling too, like, yeah, that's my girl, yeah.
What type of birds you got?
I got 2 cockatiels. And they hella tame, dude. It's kind of weird, huh? They're real tame. Only thing is they messy as hell. If you don't have if anybody that decide to get a bird, get you a mini vac, because if you don't have a mini vac, your place gonna be messy.
From the caca or the feathers?
The seeds.
Oh.
For the caca, you put like a little matter under there, and if you have enough, then you throw the mat up and then put another mat below. It just catches it. And then get you some what do you call it? Disinfected wipes, and just keep wiping things up, keep everything clean.
I was always into reptiles. I never had wasn't into birds. Me, it was all reptiles.
I just like when they fly around and land on your shoulder. That's tight as hell. They're not there yet. I have to wait for another 6 months for them to do that.
I used to have my iguanas running around my apartment.
Did you get bit by one yet?
I don't have no reptiles no more, but I got bit. I had a monitor. I got bit by my monitor. I got whacked plenty of times by my iguanas.
How fast were they whacking though? Like
fast. I got bit by my garter snakes. I had garter snakes. I got bit by my bearded dragon, but that was nothing. The most painful thing was when I had a monitor lizard.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get these last things here, and then Chaos is too late to come up here, man. So,
That you gonna let me get it now?
because he gonna try to make it last another 30 minutes. Like, bruh, I gotta go to work while you going to sleep.
Well, I'm about to take it down. I'll see you guys later.
Okay, all right, good
Thank
brother.
you for having me up, and salute to the panel. Salute to
Hoorah. Salute to the Marine Corps.
Well, thank for your contribution, sir.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Now, I got to say something real quick to this one. This is how I know there's a mental issue with black women. Because black women do the same thing as every woman, they just rebuke it. Am I making sense real quick?
Go ahead.
Every woman loves an older man because women have a natural affinity to looking up to a man. That's why they like taller men, stronger men. Older men can teach them something. Black women have male bravado. They're too masculine. That's just the reason why they can't be in relationships. They're too masculine. They talk about they want a leader. They don't know what one is because a leader can literally tell you, shut the fuck up. He doesn't even have to tell you, shut the fuck up. He can just look at you. Your voice is not needed right now. And black women don't want leaders, they want saviors. Like one chick says, I want a man to be patient with me. No, you don't. You want a man to kiss your ass when you're failure. The thing about it is dating an older man. This is the reason why you see black women tend to want to date younger and experienced men. Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you again. They want men that they can control. White women are not excited. Hispanic women, Asian women don't want men they can control. They want men that they can brag upon. Because they know deep down inside, they want a man for the worst possible case scenario. Think about the average black woman when Katrina happened. Did they really have faith in their men? When there's a natural disaster, who are they calling? They're calling their exes who are older than them. They're females updated. They were married. They got married after me, and they got divorced. Who did they call for experience?
Ghostbusters. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
That man, the nigga like me. When you look into this does not apply to black women, because black women want somebody equal to them because they want to get some so they can find one niche or two niches or three niches to control. And this is why they fail of getting men. This is why they can't get married. They're undesirable for multiple reasons. Not just because of their weight is out of control, because I'm in an Apple store doing security. I can tell you who's the most overweight women. My partner, who's a black female, said, why is it that you can have a badass black chick, but you could get a fucking Hispanic chick built like a short refrigerator? Why she always have a man in here? I said, did you ever notice that everybody talks about black, at least with white women, but they never talk about how those white women treat them?
So let's go in for the reasoning here. Let me see. I hope I didn't lose. Okay. Number one, you will be a different life stages. You'll be at different life stages. So his past will be a part of your present. Cultural references might not align. Energy levels may differ. Financial stability isn't always guaranteed. Oh. Friends and family might judge. Health considerations will arise sooner. And emotional maturity can be double-edged sword. I bet you a woman wrote this. Let me see. Actually, it's a dude. Drew Blankenship. It's a dude. Okay. Well, we'll see on that one. Next one is, if you heard these 7 phrases as a child, you were raised by emotionally immature parents. I gotta hear this one, y'all. Let's see. Let me guess. I wish you were never born. You'll never find. No, I'm joking. Let's see. You're too sensitive. Because I said so. Stop crying or I give you something to cry about. You know that's a shot to black people. You always ruining everything. You don't say that to your kids now. I do everything for you. You don't say that to your kids either. You just like your other parent. Go ahead and say it. You just like your no good daddy. Come on now. That's what they really meant. I'm the parent. You're not your friend. Now, how is that bad? Anyhow, some things are normal, but everything else, like, nah, that's kind of over the top.
Well, because they don't realize that. Well, I hate posts like this because they act like America's just one big fucking true melting pot, and it's really not. Culturally, black people do not let their children go as wayward as you think. Now, there may be sets of parents, but most times kids are allowed. I'll give you an example. It's this white woman who comes with her white son. Her white son, and this is 40-degree weather in Baltimore right now, comes in the same hoodie and a pair of shorts and some Crocs. Me as a parent, and the son is about as soft as Toll House cookies. And he's a ginger at that. If I was that child's father, I don't give a fuck what you're gonna be. Even if I had a gay child, you're gonna be the toughest gay child God ever looked upon. Because you already catch hell being black and male. Now you want to be gay and put on more fucking issues? Get the fuck out of here, kid. And this is the issue. I am the parent. Do you know those circular racks they put clothes in Walmart? And it was these chicks like goading my son when he was real young into being whiny. I threw my son inside that rack and I stuck my head in it. And I said, excuse me, who's the child? Me. Who's the adult? You. You remember that. If I say no, that's not a discussion. That's not a suggestion. It's no. When I get you something, one, you better appreciate it. Number two, there's times you're not going to get your fucking way. Get used to this world. But what happens in our community? We lost masculine authority, and the only time masculine authority is needed when they ruined the project. I mean, you're a dad. You know how you had to. I praise you all the time. You literally had to buy your son freedom papers. I remember the story you told me. When you saw your son about to put on his mother's shoes, give me my boy. Am I lying?
Nope, not at all.
But women don't see that until it's too late.
Yeah.
That's why women are not allowed to see the folly in their thoughts until it's too late. This is the reason why, full circle, put your circles in the air, fellas. Well, you don't need feminine leadership. You have a female at the second highest office of the land. What the fuck she do? I was raised in a middle class family. Laughed and cackled. You see more fucking authority from J.D. Vance. I want you to think about that. Women don't want leadership. They just want power. And there's a difference. Look at. That would be cool to see Bruce Lee in a Star Wars with nunchucks.
Did you ever see this one before?
I think I have. Yeah, it looks so cool.
Here we go. Man, could you imagine?
I just have to say this real quick.
Woo, Lord have mercy.
Nasty dogs. On this day, November 17th, 1911.
Okay, sorry about
that. You must be repping your frat.
It came out of nowhere. Go ahead.
I would have to say this. If George Lucas or white America knew Star Wars would come out and how talented Bruce Lee was,
man,
Bruce would have lived to be 100.
Oh my God, that was special effect. Could you imagine if he was? Oh man,
because I'm pretty sure Bruce Lee, even at the age he is now, he would have been now if he lived. He probably would have been even more skilled.
His birthday coming up.
Yep. He probably would have been even more skilled, and you put him in a Star Wars movie. Asian America.
I saw that. I watched that over and over, man. I'm like,
Asian America would have blew the. Star Wars would have been $1 trillion franchise. If you saw that motherfucker with some lightsaber nunchucks, fucking up the Sith.
and all that movement too, man. Like
you couldn't. Who else in that fucking time period was that talented? Matter of fact, if you would have got like fucking Victor Moore, you know who Victor Moore is, right?
That's the guy that beat him.
Victor Moore beat Chuck Norris, Joe Louis, not the boxer, the karate artist, Superfoot Wallace, Bruce Lee, and this is a black guy with an afro. He beat them all. There's so much. I got a homework assignment for you, Art. Go study Raleigh Hawkins, the Avengers of Baltimore, when it comes to karate. When it comes to Baltimore, there's a reason why so many great combat athletes come out of this fucking city. From wrestling, boxing, and martial arts. If where Super Pride was on fucking Chase and Patterson Park, that tells you how Baltimorean I am. If the city would have gave me that land and that parking space and build a facility for karate, boxing, wrestling, mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, judo, we would have produced so many fucking athletes that you would have been begging Baltimore for these motherfuckers. Baltimore, believe it or not, the state of Maryland has the top 5 wrestlers. It's one of the top 5 wrestling states in the nation. Some of them come out of Baltimore. If you would have had guys like Victor Moore and Bruce Lee in Star Wars would have been worth trillions. But white supremacy got to keep being white, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens. Think about it. As talented as you are, and I'm going to say this, you may be humble, but I'm going to say it. A guy with your talent, and you know I'm a comic book artist. I think I sent you a couple of my pictures that I've drawn. If not, I'll send you again. I would have studied at your feet like Socrates. And I'm a natural. I never took an art class. I only took like an art class in 2nd grade. This is just natural talent. And so many artists like Poncho, you probably heard of him. Because, you know, artists know artists. There's so many talents that come out of these inner cities like LA and Baltimore, Philly, that if they got the recognition and the sponsorship, this is the reason why America's at its downslope now, because you did not take care of the black folk that made you on top in the first fucking place. The fucking cotton gin was not a fucking invention of yours, white people. Shout out to Roosevelt Bazemore, may he rest in power, peace, and paradise. He said, and I quote, "The only thing white people ever invented was the patent office to steal your shit." Take that to the bank. There's not a reason I think some of the people in this space are not millionaires. If it wasn't for your black skin, you would probably be millionaires, multi-millionaires. I got to give you your flowers while you're still above ground. There's not. I'm looking at this day. There's not a time I go into my kitchen, come downstairs, and I look at your pictures, and I'll be like, "Do you know what Marvel and DC would pay you right now just to do their covers?"
Yeah.
Their posters for the movies. There is no fucking reason a guy like Art Newstyle is not a multi-million, damn near touching billionaire status. You know how, if I was a singer or a rapper, I would have you do my covers all the time and pay you handsomely. And it's funny because when we envelop this type of talent, we don't celebrate it in our community because we celebrate trashiness. Sorry, I'm just on the soapbox. Go ahead, Art. It's your show.
So here we go. This is a church. Check it out. Check out the organ. Man, closest thing I can get to, I think it's what's his name? Bishop Noah Jones, I think that's his name. Man, I would go to church just for that. I'm dead serious. I would as soon as the music's going, and I'll leave. But I'll give a little offering. It's like buying a ticket or something. I'm going. I'm like, okay, that's tight as hell, man. That's we. Anyhow, I had to think because that's too funky for a church.
Oh, that's very funny. But you gotta remember what we talk about when we listen to some of these old school, like you look at Earth, Wind and Fire, their percussion band, right? And where did they start? Where did Isley start? From church.
Yeah, the drummer is Maurice White's little brother. He just died last year, I think.
Yeah.
Freddie White.
Yeah. And a lot of these, when you listen to funk, you listen to blues. What did we get out of blues? What was the child of blues?
It was in Mississippi, the Delta.
Mm-hmm. What was the father of blues?
Gospel.
And what happened out of blues was gospel. Then we got jazz, contemporary jazz. Because Baltimore history again. You heard of Billie Holiday?
Yeah, she came out to be more.
So you know what happened when you got blues? Jazz. What came out of jazz?
You mean Louisiana?
Yeah.
Yeah, Louisiana produced jazz.
You had 3 different types of jazz come out of fucking blues. And then out of that, you got funk, which was soul. And what came out of
everybody's taking credit for funk.
And what came out of funk?
I give it to Ohio.
I give it to a combination of Ohio and South.
They said it was Cincinnati was the one that really, like, that's the birth of it. They say it's Cincinnati, but I thought that James Brown existed before them.
And James Brown pretty much gave it to you because guess what? He's the person who put it on the map.
But his record station was in Ohio.
Yeah,
King Records.
Because it all counts. Because, for example, in DC you got go-go, in Baltimore you got club. So when you hear club in Jersey, guess where the fuck they got it from? Where did Baltimore club start from? It started from house music. It just sped up a little bit more, just like Jersey's slightly sped up from Baltimore. That's why you have the Park Heights strut, the Baltimore two-step.
I would love to hear the comparison between Detroit house and Chicago house.
And guess what? Brighter days. Just like when you came to Baltimore, what's the one song people recognize Baltimore for? Percolator. It's a combination of house music and Baltimore club. That was actually Baltimore club. So when you look at these genres of music, there's a branch. Even when you look at white music, you don't see as many branches from their music because hell, we gave them branches. When you look at country was from fucking old school gospel.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Art. You older.
Yeah, country. That was right after slavery.
Yeah.
Some people say during slavery.
You know what, Art? I don't know if you're available Thursday or Friday. Because Fridays usually we give that to you unless you have prior engagements. But
yeah, I might do Friday. It might be a late edition, but I might be able to do Friday.
I might want to do another simulcast because I know the first part I'm going to do a comparison of the history of black music.
Yeah, but I like to get that conversation of the different house musics. Because definitely New York is pretty much standard, in my opinion. But the ones that really jump out is Chicago and Detroit. They're the ones that's always... Because I know one of them do a lot of organ, gospel singing, and the other one do a lot of techno sounds.
It's the techno you're going to hear more from Chicago and Baltimore.
Chicago and Baltimore?
Yeah.
So the organ and the gospel singing, that's Detroit?
Yeah, because you got to think about it. Baltimore does more techno when it club music. And when you look at go-go. It's more like the pots and pans sound as we joke about it. Different leg, or shit like that.
Go-go is tight as hell, but it's always the same beat.
It's the same beat.
Tight as hell.
That's why it sounds like pots and pans every time you The tightest that I ever heard was a rendition of While I'm Alone by Maze. And it was
the one that still gets me is Pump Me Up by Trouble Funk.
So
Lord have mercy.
And
pump me up.
And it's like,
Go ahead.
like, you hear different genres of music. Think about it. We're only 40 miles between each other, but we have distinctive music. And that tells you how great the branches of music are with black people. Think about it. Those are two major black ass cities with distinctive music.
Yeah, because DC is considered chocolate city, right? And Baltimore is straight up black, right?
Charm City. Charm City. Nickname for Baltimore is Charm City. Sometimes Harm. And you got to think we have that's why you go to Morgan and Coppin. Why do you think if you go to Morgan and Coppin State, you got fucking 19 and 20-year-olds who could do fucking classic jazz?
Oh, that's the thing. Okay, which house has a lot of jazz in it? Is that New York and Baltimore, or is that somewhere else?
Yeah, because you got to think, where the city of Billie Holiday? You got to think, like, I'm a club member of one of the places Billie Holiday actually performed. So I actually took a rookie cop, and there was a mantle of Billie Holiday. I said, "You born and raised here? Yeah. Who's that on the fucking mantle?" I don't even know. Narga history. That's Billie Holiday. He was like, "What's she famous for?" This is your homework assignment. Go look up Lady Day. And a lot of that music and that influence, track with you. Just like, why do you have a certain sound in down south? Like, people talk about, well, Lil Jon brought down south. I said, well, I was listening to Crucial Conflict. Me and my mother was listening to Crucial Conflict before Lil Jon was even thought of. Because
the barn, that song called The Barn.
Hey, in the middle of the barn.
I cannot stand bounce rock at all.
That's what you call that. That's Midwest, but that's more down south than Midwest. Because guess what? Midwest is Bone Thugs.
Yeah, I did not like bounce rap at all.
Yeah.
Couldn't stand it. That's right at the edge of me checking out of hip hop. I'm like, I'm gonna give up on hip hop.
Yeah. And then you got to realize this is that, when I was in high school, who were the biggest rappers? The biggest rappers still was Wu-Tang with Triumph in what, 96? You still was listening to 36 Chambers. I mean, yes, did Master P come in there with Body and No Limit Soldiers? Yeah. But guess what? They were not powering the way they were until later on. Just like Master P bridged in the gap for what? For fucking for Juvenile.
Yeah, I appreciate his reintroducing New Orleans jazz roots in some of the stuff compared to New York jazz. So it was, people kind of overlooked that with Master P.
Yeah,
No Limit people.
You gotta look at it.
And I gotta go soon too. So I'm gonna be sick as a dog tomorrow without no rest.
The hell off of here, go get some rest.
Okay, so you stay healthy while I try to get healthy.
Woo!
All right, good brother. Appreciate you coming through. All right, and I don't see any Cash App, so we're gonna talk about the super chats. Appreciate BGS for the share. I didn't even put the link in. I'm sorry, y'all, but it doesn't matter. All right, y'all. So appreciate HFH for your super chat. And appreciate LAPD SWAT for the super chat. And appreciate Anubis for the super duper chat.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Appreciate you, fam. I don't have anything for the amounts you send, but man, it's all appreciated. It's all appreciated. That's probably gonna give me another month or so. I don't know how my future of YouTube is, y'all, because I got too many things I wasn't supposed to be on. I'm supposed to be asleep. But anyhow, appreciate everybody coming through. Appreciate Lonzo for being our distinguished guest for tonight. Hope you guys get something out of our conversation or interview. I wish I had more meaningful questions for him. But maybe we can bring him up or bring some other people up. Shooting, who knows? Because I'm supposed to be meeting DJ Quick for the first time. If he shows up. Now, some people they say, well, we'll be there. If he shows up, I might talk him into. But if I bring him over here, what am I asking him? I'm trying to think. I mean, because he was considered a child. He was considered a child prodigy. He was real young when he first came out. So I don't know. I have to figure that out. I have to have a conversation if he shows up, because he heard about our kids not knowing anything about anybody from the 90s and in the early 2000s too. The only thing they knew about was Diddy and Kanye West. They was like, oh, hell no. So people started to get wind of that. So appreciate Kadash Chaya for coming through. Again, Horowitz, Fenderberg, Horowitz. I think you're HFH, right? Jess and all them. Andrew, Chaos. Jersey Hammer. We got Brother Rodney. Angry Black Man. And we got our great visionary. I see you, fam. All spades. This is common sense. I hope your computer goes to good use, brother. Your contribution is well noted. The Drama Bear, thank you for the news about the Lake Show. I don't know if that advances to number 3, but I'll check it when I look at the standings. Yogami again. Detail Junior. So I think Keels. There you go. Keels, Mr. Capricorn. Big O, known as Otis. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Adrian Stafford, Sir Him. I feel like this Walker Room, huh? Indigo Flow in the building. Knockout. D. Scott. So I got everybody. Okay, y'all. Peace and hair grease. I'm going to sleep. Gone.